What a catchy song.
Yep.
How's it going, guys? Welcome. What's your name? What do we call you? Dark Stuff?
Alexei.
Alexei.
Um,
Okay, welcome, Alexei.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so let's start. Hank, how was your week? How's everyone doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I actually tried to liquidate my retirement account because we're clearly going to have some economic turmoil, especially in the stock market. But it turns out I don't own the money anymore somehow. It just Vanguard has the retirement. I can't liquidate unless I have a specific qualified excuse. So,
Okay.
and I even have pictures to prove that it did happen. So let me go pull the picture.
That sounds like a crisis, Hank.
Well,
Missing money.
yes.
How about you, Alexei? Where are you from? Hey, Andy's here.
I'm from Belarus.
Belarus, nice. What do you do over there?
You know?
Yeah, of course. What are you doing, Hank? Hank's putting up his FedEx.
I'm So his retirement savings, I can't pull out my retirement money unless I have one of these six qualified reasons. So it's not my money unless I make it to the age or I have one of their qualified reasons, which is absurd.
Well, it's probably good that you save your retirements for when you retire. It's probably
Or
a good thing.
probably good. It's good for Vanguard for sure because they have my money and I don't.
Okay. Well, you either have to. Yeah, you got to buy a house. There you go to get it
Yeah.
up. How's your week, Annie?
Um, it was pretty stressful, and then it was okay. I was struggling to find alternative for my medication, and I found a solution. I had to pay out of pocket for this month. It was like $57.
Well,
But then I found an online source that is supposedly $23 a month. So that I can handle. I mean, if my insurance covered it, that would be even better, but I don't think it's an option in my situation. It's like a really similar medication, and there's, a nationwide shortage of the analogous medication, but the insurance companies still aren't noting that as a reason. So I don't know. So it was just stressful, just like on hold a lot. Then I got that sorted out and just been working and crocheting and feeling
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I started wearing glasses sometimes. When I was in the ethics class, because I listen to so much audio, I don't actually read paper books, and when I'm on a screen, I can generally enlarge it. So she passed out these like assignment things, and I could not read it. I had to borrow reading glasses from her. And so that was the day I realized like maybe it's time. And it helps sometimes with crochet if it's like a dark yarn or something really
Yeah.
tiny. I've been using it for that. And then I have good eye days, and it's sometimes like harder in the morning. So when I'm doing my morning, just like looking at Facebook, sometimes I wear my glasses. So that's been fun.
Cool. So
Yep.
let's interview Alexei here. What's going on with him? Where are you from? What do you do over there in Belarus?
I live here.
Okay.
Um,
You study, you work, you.
I work for
Yeah.
maybe more than 25 years as a software engineer.
Okay.
Uh,
You have a family?
yeah, I have family, kids, so,
Nice. How old are your
house,
kids?
cars. Huh? How old?
How old are your kids? Yeah.
20 and 16.
There you go. Nice. So yeah, go ahead.
I like training ice skating, like on hockey skates. So I very like this.
Ice skating. Nice.
Ice skating. I usually go 3 times a week in evenings to practice, to keep myself in
Practice.
shape.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ice skating.
Ice skating. Nice. Even in the summer.
Yeah, all year long.
All year long.
And also, I just curious about nature and trying to figure out some mystics in especially in gravity, in electrodynamics, and so on. So,
Yeah. What have you been processing lately? What have you been thinking about lately?
Processing?
Yeah, thinking about processing.
I have much of stuff, and I published in ResearchGate some articles that I used AI to come up with some kind of explanations and structure for my thoughts. So
Cool.
it's huge topic, and I try to some kind of communicate with people, but I face it with some issues that people cannot be on the same page as I am. So because this is a new knowledge, and many people just don't know and don't like to accept or think on somehow, because it's hard to get new ideas and to dive into this.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like stuff you say a lot.
I say that?
Yeah.
It's rabbit holes. No one wants to go down the rabbit hole with you.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Just wanted to let them finish. So, what's your
Yeah.
favorite programming language?
Java.
Okay.
What's yours,
Did you
Hank?
pick Java? Did you pick Java on your own, or did your company tell you that was your favorite?
Also, recently I used Python for like a video generation and so on.
What's your favorite, Hank? Linux?
Mostly,
Well, that's technically not a programming language. Linux is programmed in C.
Yeah.
I would say, what would it be? I program in Python the most, so I'll say Python for now.
Yeah.
No, I think do I like Lua more? I'll say Python for now, but I may change it to Lua. But
Do you know Lua? I don't know Lua.
I know a little bit of Lua. It's pretty much table oriented. It starts counting up from 1 instead of 0. A lot of games use it as its scripting language.
Cool. So what have you shared and published, Alexei?
sorry?
What have you published? You said you put some stuff up on ResearchGate?
Yeah, I can share my link. I have a lot of stuff there.
Let's click. Security check required.
Security? Oh, maybe.
All right, go ahead and hack it, Ben.
Okay. Can I share this?
Share. I mean, you can
Yes.
access.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I don't know this site.
I do. I've seen it before.
Some people there, and actually, I didn't expect that they will somehow communicate or react to my papers, but Yeah, some people recommend it, and interesting stuff. Interesting communications arise.
And this is all from AI?
Mostly yes.
Yeah.
Not by like generated by AI completely. It's like a long conversation with AI to clarify some kind of thought that it will be not hallucinating and so on, and then generated like a structure of an article and enhance each chapter one by one. So and then group together into article.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming and sharing.
So, was there any progress on your research, Benjamin, on your unified theory?
Yeah, every day. More
E-
and more. Yeah. All
Excellent.
fits together. Yep. Seamlessly.
What is your theory? Like, can you give a brief explanation? I just try to understand and read these papers and.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, I guess it started with cosmology, even though I'm not really interested that much in cosmology because it's not very practical. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't make your life better. It's just something to think about, you know?
Yeah.
But it ended up being no, it will affect our lives. So, but I didn't know that. So the first thing I thought was since space is expanding, quote unquote, right? Things are getting less dense over time. That means the light is traveling from a more dense epoch to a less dense epoch, right? And if it's traveling through density, that means it should be going through some kind of optical process, because that's what general relativity says. If you go through density, the light will go through some kind of optical distortion. You following?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to compare two approaches that
Right.
I know how to.
Right. And so if you just look at it's basically there's something called a Shapiro delay, which is just calculating Fermat's law of least action, I guess. There's something called a Shapiro delay that causes the light to be delayed. And if you just only use general relativity, I didn't invent any new physics, nothing, just use general relativity and applied it to a non-flat spacetime, a spacetime that is decreasing in density over time, it completely gets rid of dark energy. Dark energy is no longer required. And so,
Yeah.
right. And so when you take that formulation and then you start working on the formula itself and continuing with the derivation, you get to a vacuum energy. And then after you get to the vacuum energy, you can start transitioning into, the quantum world and making sense there. And so far, it's all just dominoes falling from that one spot where the equations just work out and they just work out again and they work out again. And you derive the mass of a proton, you derive the mass of a quark, you derive the mass of, you derive the CP, the matter antimatter ratio, like just flawlessly. It's e to the minus 2 pi. It turns out to be. That's the ratio. And you derive, everything just works out. So it just falls into place.
Interesting. I came to the similar conclusions.
Yeah.
With my approach, my theory. But I try to come up with kind of weird ideas of expanding Earth. If you heard about this.
Expanding?
Expanding the Earth.
Expanding Earth?
Yeah.
An expanding Earth? What does that mean? The Earth is getting bigger?
Yeah. This theory or hypothesis is from decades ago, and it was abandoned. So every textbook says that Earth is was same size. Like
You can make it work. I mean, you have to expand the rest of the universe too, but if you have a ratio, you can have gravity be an expanding Earth. So you can make the math work. It's just the model just doesn't make much sense afterwards.
I mean, it would expand if we keep getting comets and asteroids and stuff coming in and burning up, but then we lose helium, I guess. So, but I guess our world would get bigger.
Not really. This is not enough because the actual value of energy required to consume and for this growth is enormous. Like
Yeah.
this energy.
Dark energy. There you go.
Also, I guess we're getting the sun's energy and we're trapping the sun's energy. So that's also a way.
The sun energy is not enough. Also,
It's not enough,
like
yeah.
one kilowatt per square meter
Per day.
Yeah, and it's not enough. So this idea actually came from internet, YouTube. When YouTube, like, I will share this link with Expanding Earth. It's like a mind blown, totally. By Neil Adams.
I mean, it doesn't sound too silly because Earth pushes upwards when things fall, anyways. So you just need to.
Yeah, but like, what would be causing the Earth to grow in size, Hank? What is it eating? What is it devouring? What is it inflating?
Space.
It's an energy that around us, but we don't feel it because this energy actually hold our nucleus together. So from all the sides, this energy makes our stuff.
It eats the ether, then it expands.
Yeah, like ether. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why things fall into it. It's like a river. River where things fall into the earth, and the earth eats the ether.
But then where does the ether go?
Yeah, it's not ether go because it's like an energy that it carries. Carry. Yeah.
Okay, what is energy?
And this energy very huge and very high frequency.
What does energy mean?
Difference between frames. So if you have the universal movie, the energy is different between this time and the other time.
Okay. What do you say, Alexei?
And I try to find out them like a reasonable reason or how to explain it. Yeah.
We come to the Earth well grew to get here, the way it is now. Here is our world, our planet Earth, floating in space. We will be going backward in time, imperfectly, but done in a very disciplined manner. Please notice there is no subduction, no rotation of tectonic plates, no twisting, no form-fitting, no altering shapes or sizes. It would be impossible for these continental plates to fit together perfectly without this being true, and yet the upper tectonic plates fit together perfectly on a much smaller planet. Yes, there's been some erosion, landslides, blah, blah, but overall, this activity is insignificant. There is a kind of conspiracy of silence among certain scientists. They know, but are not telling you, that the upper tectonic plates of Earth also join in the Pacific. Not partially, they join totally. You are asked to believe that the continents swim or drift about willy-nilly, bumping and crashing as if they were on a grease skillet. This is not true. The simple truth is apparently too upsetting to too many apple carts. We're now going forward in time to show how the actual growth of the Earth took place. Imperfect
Pause.
details. But the
It is on a grease skillet. It's called a mantle. So, but instead of grease, it's rock. It's a rock skillet, but the rocks are really hot. So yeah, the skillet analogy applies to the continents.
Okay. Can you keep going?
Yeah, you can go.
All right.
overall is nailed. Antarctica, as you see, has become subtropical. Africa and a smaller globe move way downward under the globe. In fact,
So like why are they splitting here and not like in here? Like why didn't this split? Why are those the split places?
for
I don't
hundreds
know
of
exactly.
Yeah.
Random.
millions of
It's
years,
random.
the bottom of Africa was the South Pole. South America's tail goes under and wraps around the bottom of Africa. Then incredibly, it joins coast with Antarctica. 65 million years ago and more, these continents were joined, and marsupials like the duck-billed platypus roamed from Australia, Antarctica, and across southern South America and up into Africa. The platypus. Dinosaurs roamed all over this world on the upper tectonic plate because there were no oceans, just shallow seas. Here today, Antarctica is frozen over, and Australia and its surrounding islands are the remaining home of marsupials. Do you see how broadly the Pacific is opening compared to the Atlantic? This is exactly why the knee-jerk Pangea theory exists. The Pacific spread is too difficult to easily visualize because it's so...
Wait, so do you think it's still growing or it's done growing?
It's still growing.
It's still growing? And what, like
Yeah.
something in the middle is pushing out?
Not in the middle. It's mostly from everywhere. So it's hard to explain. Technically, it's like a biological cell, yeah.
Yeah.
Duplicating neutrons inside atoms, inside
So
heavy nucleus.
It's duplicating atomic masses. So atoms are splitting. And
Yes, if you imagine atomic nucleus with much neutrons and protons inside. So,
okay.
and it has like a core inside, like a shielded by out of shell of nucleus. Yeah, in this core, imagine there is neutron. It's growing, and in some
We've never seen that. We've never seen any
Yeah.
single atom duplicate.
and atom will not duplicate only neutron, one neutron, and it happens
Neutron.
around once 50, 70 million years.
So then how did we get so many neutrons on Earth?
It's conversion. It's like absorption of energy. Very, very slow. We don't notice this because
Okay.
it's very.
And so then why didn't we get buried by more stuff rather than water splitting us apart? Like, why did the shape stay the same? Why aren't we getting buried if it's coming from the top?
Buried. It's like mostly growing from inside outside to outside.
So it's coming from the inside.
yes, come from inside, but some elements, heavy elements, grow slowly even on Earth's surface, but most amount of should grow inside the
Okay.
Earth. I have interesting stuff to show. I just played with this like a globe.
Yeah.
What I did, I just where is it? I just shaped continents from big globe and may apply it to smaller globe.
Ah, okay. So you took the big globe. I see.
Yeah,
You put them all on the small globe.
yeah. And I noticed that it's almost everything fits more or less perfectly, but as from video, it says that Pacific Ocean should vanish completely. But I found that in my case, it's like remained the same, but Pangea becomes like totally on other side.
Okay, so this would also work if all of the continents were shrinking, right? On the surface.
Yes. No.
Or if it wasn't growing.
No. It's smaller globe than this one.
Yeah. But you see, Australia on the small globe is smaller than the Australia you put there, right?
No. It's the same size.
No. Look at the Australia on the small globe. There's like another Australia. They're like the real Australia from the globe itself on the small globe. On the small globe, you see the Australia that's on the other Australia, just to the side of it, on the small globe.
Yeah, this one.
No, not that one. The other Australia. There's another one.
Where? Ah, yeah.
Right there. See? Yeah.
It's like a smaller globe.
That's a smaller one, right? So if you started off with everything covered, and then they shrunk down to the size of that Australia, that also explains it. Instead of growing.
No, not really.
Why not? They have the sizes, so the geometry is preserved. So
like, let's say the Earth started. Yeah, let's say the Earth started the way you have it now. You're holding it. This is exactly how it started. But then everything shrunk to the size of like what's already there. So that Australia shrunk to the size of the other Australia.
Not really. It's just like.
It could happen. It's also a solution.
I didn't think about
growing,
this.
The continents could shrink.
Continents definitely should shrink. Yeah.
Okay.
Not shrink, expand as Earth expands. So basically, if we, by my theory, if we try to map from big globe to smaller globe, so we need to reduce the size of continents because they grow like not at the same rate like size of the globe.
So what happens to the ocean? Does more ocean appear, or does more land appear?
The water goes from inside the Earth, so it's like Earth is a manufacturer of the water, like a engine, like generates water and pushes it.
Does it come out salty or does it come out fresh?
Salty, mostly salty.
That's a good question, Hank. I like it.
Fresh only on continents, because it's like a filter. Yeah, where the continents like hold all salt very, very deep.
So where do they come out of? Do they come out of with the magma of volcanoes, or it comes somewhere else? Does it come out of the fault lines? Where does the water come out
of? It's from reefs inside the oceans. If there is a map from NASA or from whatever showing that there is long reefs with like a kind of geysers, like pushing water into
Geysers, yeah, okay.
geysers.
So all the water came from geysers.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's not like a rainwater that. So that's it. And I try to explain this, everything explained by this stuff, like some pressure from outside, consume energy inside the earth and growth. So,
Yeah.
but this growth is very slow. So
I
in
want to
our
say, even
lifetime,
if you are right, the world is not equipped to believe that today.
yeah,
There's
I know.
no physics that would agree with that today. Yeah.
No,
It all goes against current physics.
I tried several. I came up
You might get
to
flat
my.
earthers if you say it's a flat earth that's growing. You might get them.
Yeah, I feel like a flight author. But it's funny for me. It's like a driving
Yeah.
me somehow, and so I'm trying to find maybe another aspects of this from this. So it's very like a never-ending puzzle or detective, like how things works.
Cool. Well, if you get your kicks out of it, why not?
I just try to maybe mm, explain it in some kind of videos, try to go public, but it seems like it doesn't work as I expected.
Yeah, it won't. Yeah. So
How would you know when it's working, though? How would you know when your outreach is working?
It's like too much evidences. So if you deep dive inside, so you will see it, and you cannot unseen it, unsee it, yeah, unseen it. So, but it's hard to follow because it's too much information to consume for people. So it's like it has to be some university to teach younger people with this theory. Then it will be evolving. But in the public, in the current state, it's
I don't even think the university would take it. I don't know which university would take it today.
no.
Yeah.
It's like a maybe some kind of political decision, maybe.
A political
No.
decision
Yeah.
to force growing Earth theory on the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck with your political career in Belarus.
No. I just
So, what kind of science can you do with this expanding Earth model? Does this change anything with any other industry that you know of?
not so much. It's hard to get practical actually, because it's very slow process, and I'm trying to find kind of what what kind of applications we can do with this, but I don't. I know this kind of. I'd like to set up an experiment that will prove my theory and prove.
So does that mean Jupiter was smaller too and Mars was smaller too in the past?
Yeah. It's interesting. And our solar system was compacted, more compacted previously, and currently it's expanding also, like in a spiral.
But
Is it all
wait,
expanding at the same rate?
so that means if mass must be going down, because if mass is going up, then things compact in the universe, in the solar system. But if mass
Yeah,
goes down,
because gravity gets stronger if mass
yeah,
is going up.
so things should
No,
compact.
there is two competing processes. One process tries to something goes by spiral inward, but another process that tries to push the planet outward, and this push wins
Okay.
because like a planet like a jets having kind of hidden jets that will spiral out and
Yeah, the heavier planets are all further out.
yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like a logarithmic spiral, and each planet almost exactly match this spiral. I just made video uh, and showed that planets like
So
place it in this spiral.
if they all expand at the same scale, then how is it different from them just being the same size?
What size is the same?
If all the planets and space expand at the same scale factor, how is it different from them all being the same size relative to each other?
How can you tell that it's expanding other than the Pangea stuff? Because everything should
Yeah.
look this. If you look at very high redshift planets, they should be smaller on average.
Higher redshift. This like a redshift it's about
Distance.
Yeah, size is
um,
relative, so if they all grow at the same rate and space grows at the same rate, I would say it's the same thing as being static.
maybe, but in my theory, the space is not expanding. It's like losing energy.
Space is
And
contracting. Why does
no,
it look like it?
space stays the same, but energy within space
Again, what is
degrades.
energy? What do you mean by energy?
Energy that holds every atom together, that holds our atoms. It's a huge energy across the universe that
Okay,
makes.
what is it? It holds us together. So is it glue? What is energy?
Is it a rope?
Is it a rope? It could be a rope.
It's like a very high frequency gravitational waves, maybe like maybe say that.
Okay.
Actually, they hold every. Let's imagine proton like in hydrogen atom. We have pressures from all sides from this energy to hold it and do not like a split or vanish and so on. And this energy actually equals through entire universe to hold
It
every
stays the same?
single. Yeah. And as planets consume part of this energy, so the space losing in energy itself, so it's cooling down. And the photon from distant galaxy goes through the space and losing energy, becoming redshifting. So and it is. It explains that James Webb Telescope sees galaxies far, far away from Big Ben, maybe. um, and it's because from that distance, this photon travels and lost its energy to be read for us.
Okay.
So what happens when a atom loses all its energy? What does it do?
Atom will not lose. Atom consume.
Atom consume energy. Does anything lose energy?
Only space, maybe. Not atoms. Atoms not lose energy. Maybe through radiation, through light, through electromagnetic spectrum, but not. It's not so big, big energy to lose. So it gets more energy within this, like a framework of gravitational waves that holds everything together in the universe. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very, very deep rabbit hole. So to explain everything.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you start with a pattern, or like going down a rabbit hole, you can either like jump to the bottom or you can progress slowly. People don't want to move past what they can accept. So like people have to get to level 1 before you can take them to level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess you kind of have to think about like what is level 1 first, because until they accept level 1, you can't take them to level 2. It's not going to happen.
Unless you're a
Yeah.
megacorp, then they just try to figure out on their own, unfortunately.
And many people who proposes growing Earth theory spend their lives trying to convince people, but it will never work.
Growing Earth theory. Who invented this thing? I've never heard of it before.
Oh, many people. It's like a long story.
I heard of it before.
Have you really? That's cool.
Yes.
It was developed in the 19th and early 20th centuries as an alternative to continental drift. Growing Earth theory. Okay.
Actually, geologists came to conclusion that some geologists the Earth is growing because of much more evidences against this static like
Wikipedia
Earth.
says it's a pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Wikipedia says a lot of crazy things, though.
Yeah. But we're going to need it if we ever lose all of our technology. So we better back it up.
I agree.
So
Samuel Warren Carey advocated expansion from the 1950s. Samuel Warren Carey.
There's a video on YouTube where he explains everything that
New South Wales. Okay, well, that's the guy.
I just tried Notebook LM to generate video by my paper. And
yeah, you put it in the back.
And I published
I also linked his Substack. He has a Substack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have Substack.
This one here.
Yeah, I tried to publish some articles during kind of some period of time. 2 years ago. Yeah. And trying to, I just try to explain to myself, maybe mostly, how to communicate, how to get better arguments and so on. So, but
Yeah, you just have to invent definitions, right, Hank? That's how you get better at arguments. Just have to make up your own definitions.
Oh, absolutely. And in fact, I debated Orthodox guy on Grid 1 a couple of days ago, and I wrecked him and destroyed him. Even he admits it. So
You destroyed them because of your definitions.
in fact, if I didn't even use definitions even. But if you really want to go thorough, you want to destroy it. You want to use definitions. So it was a on the fly debate, so I didn't have any definitions prepared. But I only beat him 3-1. If I had definition, I could totally beat him 4-1. So 4-0, 4-0.
What do you think? How do you think this lines up with rope theory? Is this more credible than rope theory or less credible than
Less.
less? Really, rope theory is more credible?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Bill
Okay.
Gates' rope theory is more credible because it has a discernible difference in the model compared to the general model.
Rope theory.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess the mathematicians couldn't get you away from rope theory.
Yep. They need to get me away from it.
I think the guy's trolling. There's this guy, Bill Gates, who has a rope theory on the, and I think he's got to be trolling. He can't be serious about his theory. He thinks the whole
Why
world
not?
is made of ropes, ropes pulling on each other, and not getting tangled.
I
Are you
heard
nothing?
about string theory.
String theory, yeah.
It's a different
I
one.
can tell you that that's bullshit because strings get tangled.
That's right.
I mean, this is my
Unless they're
life.
taut. Unless they're really taut.
Yeah, but still, like I'm untangling yarn every day. It just gets tangled.
Well, maybe it should be a quilt theory where everything's already knitted together, so it can't be tangled.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. The woven,
Maybe.
it's the woven earth.
The
theory.
woven earth model. There
Yeah.
you go.
Trying to figure out how I'm going to bridge it.
And Hank doesn't have a flat earth model. He's got a hat earth model.
The earth is shaped like a fedora.
There you go. We're just too topologically retarded to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Topologically. This is a nut with a hole. Like a cup
Like a cup
can transform to
into a
nut,
donut. Yes.
donut, yeah.
Because of the handle.
Yeah.
What are you looking for, Hank?
I'm trying. The thing is, my audio doesn't automatically go through it, so I had to figure out how I'm gonna route it. Because StreamYard stopped working properly on Chromium, so I had to do it in Firefox. That means I had to manually auto route the audio if I'm gonna play any Bill Gates. So I'm looking for the routing.
Give me a link.
Yeah, I'll give you the link.
Whoa, it's an hour long. All right, let's skip around.
Yeah.
So what is it? James Maxwell was not a physicist.
Why
Why am I
not?
jumping ahead?
It's news to me.
Dealing with James Maxwell for the last couple of weeks. We're going to be continuing with him today. And he's considered a guru, wise man from the mathematical establishment considers him a wise man. He's the guy who came up with a lot of equations for electromagnetism. And the question of electricity and magnetism, we don't have to go all the way to the Greeks, but we can start here in the early 17th century, at the turn of the century, in fact, with this man. His name was William Gilbert, and he did a little bit of work with magnets, especially. Discovered that the Earth is a giant magnet and distinguished between magnetic attraction, and static electric attraction. So these were two different phenomena. He was the guy who figured that out. And he coined it.
Again, it's the same thing. He's allergic to math. He's like, anyone who gave math is wrong.
Yep.
Critique of mathematical physics. Historical evolution of electricity and magnetism. Walks through the timeline of electrical discoveries. The ether wave theories. Here, let's see what he says about the ether.
Another issue that ran parallel to the electric and magnetism was light. And at the turn of the century, the 18th to the 19th century, right at the beginning, we had Thomas Young, and he carried out an experiment with a double slit experiment. With that, he proposed that light can. So what we propose is say something else is going on here, and we're saying that electricity and magnetism can be done, with a single picture, essentially. And this is it. This is what we propose. We're saying that we have all these atoms that are merged together, and what they're doing, they're spinning around in situ and swinging around threads that make up those atoms and the interconnectors, which are have the shape of a rope. So what they're doing is swinging all these things around. The force, whatever they are.
All right. Anyways, I think we're done. That's Bill Gates and his rope theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I started my journey to physics from studying Maxwell equations.
Maxwell equations.
So, yeah, I just tried to understand it like several years. Try to solve some equations, so some differential without this AI help and YouTube help and so on. So, and finally, I just saw something clicked, and I started to understood what's happening with this behind these equations. So and now for me, this is like very very familiar stuff. So nothing special. It works, and
Yeah, so you're not afraid of math like Gates.
no.
Yeah.
I just maybe too dive too deep in the math, so I just cannot communicate with people without math. I just think by equations, and
Sure.
and I am trying to improve and speak from as with easy explanations. Notebook LM actually very good in this I just generated several.
Yeah, I've been using it too. It's good.
Yeah, and explain it my paper very clearly for broader audience than I tried for myself. What else? Interesting to discuss.
Yeah, we can discuss whatever. I saw King Stevens. He was putting out videos. I accidentally subscribed to him on my other channel, and so now I'm getting all his videos. And he did a
Cool.
whole rant about how people are trying to keep him down and discourage him, and no one is ever trying to encourage him.
I mean, I shared his links when he comes here, so I think
Yeah.
I'm just encouraging him.
Maybe we shouldn't be.
Of course we are. With Team Evil, of course we encourage them because they'll mislead people and get
Right.
them stuck in the realm. So of course we'll encourage it.
Yeah.
So you got to follow him around. He says they're gonna get everyone out of the realm, but we already know he's stuck in it. So we tell people to follow him, then they'll just keep looping.
What part of Belarus are you in, Lexi?
In the capital,
In the capital?
Minsk.
Mm-hmm. Is the war affecting you guys there at all? really.
Partially, like very, very tough situation actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's very scary.
Yeah, like why is stuff getting into Belarus, or it's just staying out?
It's like a leaf beside some kind of smoking gun.
Smoking gun?
Oh, no, smoking gun, but maybe like how to compare, I don't know. Very dangerous neighbors.
Neighbors?
Neighbors, yeah.
You mean the two countries fighting?
Yeah.
Those are your neighbors, yeah. But they're not crossing into Belarus.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not, yeah. Who do you want to win, or do you want someone to win? Do you want it to stop?
To stop the war, they need to go to negotiations. So otherwise, it's no way.
Yeah.
How they will come up with this, I don't know.
You speak Russian there, right?
Yeah.
And you understand Ukrainian, or no?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It's very similar to our Belarusian language.
Yeah.
But we don't speak in Belarusian in our daily life. We teach it in school mostly.
So in your daily life, you speak just normal Russian?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Putin and all of that stuff?
Are
there people that like him and approve of him, or most people are against him?
I don't know. I didn't take survey about this.
You didn't take a survey? No extroverted functions. Okay.
I try to avoid this topic.
Yeah.
Because it's very discomfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to avoid Canadian food as well.
What's Canadian food?
Putin.
Putin. Poutine. Yes.
We are waiting for summer. Currently, this week it's very cold.
Still, yeah.
Outside. So, and next Sunday will be like a much better. So we're waiting for better weather here. What else?
Winters get really cold there?
At time to time. past
You're,
years,
you're south of it. Belarus is southern, isn't it?
not really.
Like, okay, I see. The north of Belarus is where Moscow is. Okay, it's a bit north of Poland. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But yeah, you guys are right next to both. You're right next to the war on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't try to join NATO.
No.
Not a good idea.
This politics is too hard to understand and to follow.
Yeah.
Currently, in our era of communications and how information is spread around the globe, so it's so difficult to filter some kind of negative information. So I try to come up with some kind of positive and find my life.
And find the growing Earth theory. We're gonna have more place.
Yeah.
We're gonna have more room.
Yeah.
Don't need to fight over land. It's just growing.
Yeah, we have now heats. Yeah.
Or I guess land isn't growing; it's the water that's growing.
Water, yeah. Actually, from recent research, the ocean level goes by exponent through time. So it's not a good reason live, for example, maybe in Amsterdam, because they need to build high walls to protect themselves from water from ocean. They already have some kind of walls there. But this growth is slow, but some kind of several millimeters per year, maybe, an average. And weather is changing very, very fast. So I don't remember how that quickly we had quickly weather change in one, like a week, for example. It was hot, and then when it's extremely cold, or vice versa. Especially in mid seasons, like spring or autumn.
I think we're boring our co-hosts here.
So what else?
What else?
Today I tried to apply to a job with, and I had an interview with a company, local company here. I'm trying to change my role from like a software engineer to solution architect. And
Well, what's the difference?
I felt this difference in the interview because I think I failed it because uh, because I need to come up with a solution within a short period of time to understand the requirements, to gather requirements, to produce some kind of diagram, scheme, communicate with the interviewer, and all this stuff for me was like nightmare because I do not do this thing in daily basis. It's very hard to do.
Interviews. You don't get interviewed.
Yeah,
Mm.
and just I stuck in the middle. Like I don't understand what's going on. I cannot follow. uh, but I had experience with a good interview some time ago, when I prepared. Maybe I've been preparing for it for a year. I just solved problems, read articles, and practicing an interview, and it went like a 100%. So they wanted me really bad.
So
How was the
how do
pizza?
you
Any
back up?
good?
Yeah, how do you back up your
The pizza
computer?
was good.
The pizza's good. I had wings
Yeah.
today.
It looks yummy.
So, researcher, how do you back up your computer? I use Restic right now.
How do you back up your computer?
I
Yeah, he's asking.
Usually I installed like Nextcloud. Nextcloud.
Thank you. I don't like that answer.
So you
Yeah.
just back up your home directory. You don't want to back up the system files.
Yeah, and I have one drive, so for other stuff,
No, okay.
but it's not personal.
So I do my system files too. Restic works locally and remotely. I'm actually going to do an upgrade after the show. Fedora 44 just came out, Fedora Linux. So after the show ends, I'm going to do the upgrade.
Hank thinks it's really important to back up your stuff. He always tells people they need to back up their stuff, and he wants to run a side business backing people's stuff up for them.
Yes.
Okay. I just once lost some drive with my data, but because I shared it in multiple instances across Nextcloud instances, yeah, so I recovered it quickly. So,
Sharding. What they say in the business is called sharding.
Isn't that have to do with number 2?
No, that's a different thing.
That's a different kind of sharding? Okay.
That's a different word.
Yeah.
Sharding?
Yeah, sharding is a method of splitting a large data into smaller, more manageable parts called shards. No,
No,
that's
Oh, sharding.
Sharding, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
No, dupes and shards are different things.
Yeah. Okay.
They're just dupes.
Well, I don't back anything up. I never really thought about it. I mean, there's a cloud. So,
Yeah,
That's
and
true. It
those
all just
keep a
evaporates in
couple.
the cloud anyways.
Yes.
well, I mean, what's going to happen? I don't know. Like, if I lost everything, what would happen? Not sure.
Someone will show up to your place, and then you don't know who they are because you lost the schedule.
Is this King Steven?
Yeah, but the
No.
schedule's web-based, so it doesn't matter.
All right, then nothing will happen.
Yeah.
Unless you forgot your password, of course.
Jack Tal Crackpot.
No, that's not King Steven.
Who is it? Do you know?
Well, that guy posted right before this other guy. So maybe a coincidence. I don't know. This thing is probably Brown's boy.
This is SS. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Jack Trackpot says it's probably Brown's boy.
Well, welcome, Jack Tal Crackpot.
I wonder if he has any Telcod updates. Do you know where the link is? I know. I just put it right in front of them so they can't lose it. You know what's annoying? If you pin a link now, it goes to the bottom of the chat instead of the top of the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I don't use that feature.
Yeah. Can he act out an ending like in Return of the Jedi? Can they do that at least? I guess when Revenge of the Sith, technically a war ended, but there was another Clone War afterwards where you go to Outer Rim, so I don't really count it. It's about as good an end as a Iraq War.
So what else has been going on this week, Hank?
I gotta move some stuff around. This background's getting boring, so I gotta move some stuff around.
Well, good ST answer. All right.
That's good. You mean your actual, like all your hats and the curtain back there?
Yeah, I'm gonna move stuff around. Yes.
Oh, yeah. It feels good to get organized
Yep.
and change up the space.
Mhm.
Something difficult happened yesterday with Russ. He came home and the 100-year-old lady, he just built a deck for her, and she paid for the framing, and this other old lady who has a lumber company just gave her all this cedar, so it's a really nice cedar deck, and he made it
Yeah.
just how she wanted. And this person, like a granddaughter of the old lady or something, was over visiting and just totally attacked Russ about how the deck was made, like saying that it was shoddy work and stuff. But the thing is, she's not a deck builder, so she doesn't understand. Like, every decision that he makes is really thoughtful. Like, for
Yeah.
example, you've seen guys making a deck and they've got the screw gun and they're just like zip, 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 whatever, He measures and marks with a pencil so that the screws are evenly spaced just because somebody might notice it visually. I mean, he would notice it. It's like every decision is really thoughtful. And also, he cares about this old lady. That's his friend.
Right.
And so this granddaughter was just swooping in and like attacking him from every angle. Also, it was built for $1,000 because the old lady has all the friends that donated the wood, and Russ has reasonable prices. This would
Right.
be like a $6,000 deck. Like every decision that he made in the design was thoughtful and it was for a reason, and he was communicating with the old lady. And so it was just really a shock to him. Like, people don't ever attack him because his work
Yeah.
is really good and they trust him and they like him. But she doesn't have a relationship with him, just came out of nowhere. But it turns out she gets into a lot of fights with a lot of people.
That makes
So,
sense.
but it's just he came home and it was like, I mean, just Yeah, you just it wasn't expected because it's never happened before, and he knows that he cares, and he knows that he did a good job. So I think that was kind of hard for him, and
Yeah,
I was
sure.
mad.
That's a
I
lot of
was
privilege.
like, made
That's a
me
lot of
really mad.
privilege. I mean, I was attacked for loading a truck wrong yesterday when I followed the standard loadout for the called sort IDs, but apparently the IDs were wrong. What I didn't load the way the guy wanted it based on the addresses, but I'm supposed to load by the IDs. So
But yeah, you
technically,
should have
his
loaded the
company
truck
screwed
right,
up.
Hank. You shouldn't load the truck wrong.
I loaded the truck per the standard, and if they're not following the standard, it's on them. But
Yeah.
never getting criticized for their work. I mean, that's a lot of privilege to never be criticized for your work.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
jealous of us.
yeah.
I get
It,
where you're coming from, Annie.
I mean, it makes sense if you have a 100-year-old lady in your life that you would be on the lookout for that. People taking advantage of her in some way or something. But that's not Russ. Actually, when she's taking this first class flight to Georgia all the way the other coast, and then she's taking an Amtrak all the way across the United States by herself. And which is like not something most 100-year-olds do. And Russ and I
Most of
both
them, yeah.
just yeah, Russ and I both, when we found out about this trip, we did all this research about like what are the Amtrak regulations in terms of like bringing a walker or like one of those rollator things to keep her more stable. And and he was telling her, when you go to the dining car, try to do it when the train is stopped, because trains move around a lot. Like, he really cares about her. And so
Yeah.
it was really upsetting. But then to know that this woman has a pattern of being like that, kind of being a
She
Karen
has
with
to have
other
a
people.
pattern, right? She has to
Yeah.
have a pattern. If she went after Russ for him being an angel,
Yeah.
then it's got to happen to
Yeah.
other people, because not everyone's
Yeah.
an angel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Made me mad. But that's like one advantage, that he's not licensed. Like, she can't file a claim against him because he's not licensed. So it, a
Right.
claim file. Well, first of all, they'd send out an expert and they'd be like, "Yep, this deck is awesome."
Right.
So
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
claim doesn't make any sense. But if a claim just being filed, it would raise your insurance, which he doesn't
Right.
have because he's not licensed. So yeah.
So she owns some kind of logging company, wood company. Does she build her own decks or something?
No, the friend does. There's all these close knit ladies. It's like this other lady in town that owns the cedar company and donated the decking boards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the critic doesn't have anything to do with building decks.
No, she knows nothing about building decks.
Yeah.
That's,
Obviously. Yeah.
she just she didn't know what she was talking
Uh,
about. And
the,
he
the
tried to
correct
walk her through it and explain the decisions and why it was done that way. But
the, the correct right course action was first of all to point and laugh at it. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm gonna make fun of it first. And if they
well, that's not very diplomatic.
well, my diplomacy is a more authoritarian style. So
Yeah.
so if they don't know, and I know they don't know, I'll mock it.
Hmm.
Maybe they were hiding it that they did actually know, but that will come out immediately.
Mm,
And there's still no I can explain it to them.
yeah. Well, I mean, it'll be okay because everyone else involved, the 100-year-old lady, she's happy with it.
Yeah.
The person who donated the boards, would vouch for him. He's got like, for that one crazy lady, he's got like 50 excellent character witnesses that would say like, "What? You're crazy," you know. So that's good.
So what kind of person would build a deck? A carpenter or
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, Russ. Yeah, carpenter, home builder. I mean, Russ just calls himself a handyman because he does such a wide variety of jobs.
Did he get trained by someone specifically, or did he just start doing stuff on his own and selling it?
Well, I mean, his dad worked for JPL, so he learned a lot of stuff, you know, engineering stuff, and then he just always took an interest in that sort of thing. So, like, he built some stuff when he was a kid for his mom, you know, like for their family home, and he just was self-taught, you know, library books and stuff. And then at some point there was the internet and then YouTube, and so he just taught himself how to do everything.
Do you do any artistic stuff, Hank?
Yes.
Yes? You never told us.
I mean, my avatar.
Other than your
I made
spreadsheet.
myself.
Spreadsheets are not artistic things.
This avatar I made myself.
This avatar?
Yes.
You have more?
I think you should make hats.
Probably should. Don't know where to start, but probably should.
You could make 3D printed fedoras.
Nah, not wearing plastic.
3D printers can do porcelain as well, which is really awesome.
Porcelain. I had to check my if my 3D printer could do porcelain.
Oh, it can, I'm sure. Takes a special printer, and
Yeah.
it's difficult to keep the porcelain at the right like consistency to go through the printer.
So it needs to be extra hot for the porcelain.
No, you don't. It doesn't come out vitrified when you print it. It comes out as greenware, like very, very fragile. And then that 3D printed porcelain clay thing, then you would fire it. You'd like take it off of the printer and put it in the kiln.
Oh, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you have your own 3D printer?
No, I've always wanted to get into it, but
A porcelain one? Getting a porcelain one?
no, that would be like there's a school I really wanted to go to at one point, graduate school, called Alfred. And what I love about it is like it's a ceramics school, but there's an art half and there's an engineering half. And so both of those schools are together. And I think that it just gives you so much more possibilities, you know, to innovate. If you've got guys that are making like light bulbs and toilets, then they have totally different perspective and like technology that can help you with your art, you know? I thought that would be cool. But no, with the 3D printing, I just wanted to do plastic so that I could print an object and then make a plaster mold and then just pour the porcelain into the mold. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But at that Alfred school, they have just like huge vats of porcelain that's maintained at the right consistency, and it just comes out in a spigot, you know? You can like have as much porcelain as you want for your project. So, like that's just amazing.
Yeah, those kind of printers need to be owned by communities, I guess, because they're too expensive for individuals.
Yeah.
If you're poor, at least. No, I can't afford it either. Good Run probably could. I can't.
Sounds like an interesting school, though. Like literally, you could just do blueprints to engineer porcelain instead of actually doing the art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it just depends on how you're inclined. But I just like that idea. I mean,
mass produce it too.
You could be like an artist and then, you know, meet a hot mate that's an engineer, and like together you would rule the world because you'd have that crossover of skills and understanding.
I actually tried to build some kind of replica, maybe. If you maybe heard about Tsadik, inventor, who tried to create like an anti-gravity machine.
What's it called?
Tsadik.
How do you
I
spell
will
it?
share the
Sandy?
link.
Keith or Kid? What?
I will put in the chat.
No.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
you put it backstage?
Oh cool. I thought this lady was dead. I just got a appointment from someone I haven't seen in like 4 years.
Yeah, we went to your thing. Can you see it?
It's visible to me.
Yeah, I see.
So this is Sandy Kidd, who apparently invented a. What he did.
A gyroscope.
Two opposite gyroscopes.
What I really wanted to do, I suppose, was to create the means of powering a flying saucer, that somehow I could put a machine together using gyros, in which all our energy could be properly harnessed to produce a lifting force or thrust, which would be capable of driving some sort of craft through space.
Like most inventors, Sandy Kidd has paid a high price for his brainchild. It has cost him over £20,000 in lost wages alone. He has turned down better jobs. He has cut himself off from his family.
Well, I got so carried away with the thing that I just couldn't help myself. Looking back on it, I don't know how I really was able to subject my family to such sacrifice and hardship.
When I was courting Sandy, was.
He has what it takes to make an inventor. The French word ingénieur, from which
On its own, requiring no contact with air, water, or solid surfaces, which brings us to flying saucers. Many people are convinced that flying saucers on its
This is the
own
mechanism here. What is it?
The ingenuity
Yeah, not exactly
is built into
this one,
this
but
machine.
the concept
Sandy Kidd
itself.
claims it is unique because it can move on its own, requiring no contact with air, water, or solid surfaces, which brings us to flying saucers. Many people are convinced that flying saucers are real and are used to transport the inhabitants of outer space between.
Oh my
very
God.
little
Actually,
effort required. What it
this
was that was
interesting
making it
experiment.
go.
Yes,
So then he's been able to make a better machine,
you can
knowing what it
roll
is
back
that
a
makes
little
it
bit.
go.
It was while serving as an RAF technician on Vulcan bombers in the early 60s.
Produce a lifting force through the action of the gyros.
The whole machine is designed to spin round like a top. When this happens, the gyroscopes want to fly off the end of their axles because they are being subjected to what is called centrifugal force. With the gyros themselves being driven at a very high speed in a certain direction, they react to the centrifugal force by swiveling upwards and taking the machine with them. Because of its design, it is only able to rise 2 inches off the bench, but the machine is capable of climbing to any height you want. The machine produces a thrust equal to 10 or 12 ounces, but the device itself weighs 7 pounds. To calculate this lift, therefore, Sandy devised a counterweight system consisting of a piece of string attached to the top of the machine, threaded round 2 overhead pulleys, then tied to an old vise loaded with 4-inch nails. When the machine lifts, Sandy gradually removes nails until the device starts to drop. The lift achieved is equal to the weight of the nails taken away. Now, this may all seem a bit crude, but such ingenuity is the stock and trade of the inventor.
One of the most important aspects of tackling such a complex project was making all the bits and pieces necessary and juggling them around until I got everything right. While being a toolmaker, I could make everything myself, and that was a real bonus. I could set my own pace and get things done my way, building one machine after another, getting the size of the gyros right, mounting them at the right angles, determining the rotational speed of both the device and the gyros, so that the two interacted to create the effect I was after.
Another of his many problems was deciding how he should drive his gyros. Finally, he chose a 6.5cc water-cooled model aeroplane engine and linked it up to the bottom of his machine. This engine can produce 1.25 horsepower at 16,000 revs a minute, transmitting that power to the gyros by a belt and pulley system. The machine itself is rotated by being connected up to an electric drill.
During my experiments, I burned out more electric motors than I cared to remember about. I was stealing motors out of any gadget I could put my hands on. Washing machines, lawnmowers, and things like that. In doing all this, I was working with only a very basic grasp of mathematics and physics, which, of course, are very much involved in this type of engineering. In developing this machine, I've been plagued with setbacks, but having been a development engineer for years, I knew full well that you rarely get anything to work first time. It was very often a question of 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. At the weekend, I simply worked on the machine from morning till night. Towards the end, I dreaded having to go out to the garage.
Okay, where is it working though?
Understand it.
Well, I see a lot of things I don't with his machine.
He's spinning it too slow.
Around the house.
it's too heavy
Gone out and left him
to
on his own.
take off.
I've packed my bags quite a few times and been going to leave. But,
Actually, this machine shows some effects, but not kindly works.
That's too bad. Put a lot of energy into it.
Wasted, yeah. But this kind of machine can two kind of these machines can be used to clarify my my theory. So they should some kind of interact with very like a very weak force, and it can be measured. So I'm just trying to come up how to approach to this experiment. So I came to I calculated did calculations with my equations, used AI to estimate some kind of forces. So and this will help maybe to solve the mystery of measuring gravitational constants that we have currently in physics. Like every laboratory measures this with high precision, but the accuracy between laboratories is very bad. So they don't match at all. So in some regions, some how to say residuals maybe. In their own laboratory, they have like a very good precision, but between laboratories, this precision is like not much. I don't know how to say, so I just don't have vocabulary to explain it. Recently, NIST National Institute of Standards and Technology measured this big G in 16 April, but it didn't help to clarify it across different laboratories. So like it's still like a magic why this big G is different in different place.
Yeah, it's not so. A lot of what comes out is from the fact that we're imposing measurements on the universe. Like we're declaring this is how much a meter is, and so then when you go and you measure something, it reflects the way you defined your time, the way you defined your meter stick, and you get values according to the linear way we measure, if that makes sense. Because we always measure on a scale, we measure in some kind of linear way. Left and right, one-dimensional. And so we're projecting everything down to these one-dimensional measurements.
Yeah, but if we will repeat this experiment, we need to get some additional data, maybe to come up with kind of more accuracy from one experiment to another. But this is not what's happening with this constant. Other constants are very, very good discovered and measured, but not this one. And this brings us
calculated. You can calculate it too.
Big
from
G?
the other constants. Yeah.
I calculated it, yeah, and in my paper, but it's like a more numerology.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can't do that.
So, and basic idea that this device that I showed, like anti-gravitational, but this was disproved in some laboratories that it does not produce any lift upward with kind of setup that they did in other laboratories. But this kind of device, two devices can interact each another. So this setup is very complicated to describe, maybe to visualize, but the math that I calculated with AI so shows that this like a feasible experiment that can prove my theory. That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the gravitational constant, it's not really constant from it hides some kind of other constants, but physics don't want to, physicists don't want to look into it. So So what I discovered in my research that ether or vacuum space or whatever must have some kind of property of viscosity, like a honey, like water.
It's called a Deborah number.
What?
It's called a Deborah number.
Never heard about this. But this viscosity actually appears only due to acceleration, not in when you have constant speed. When you accelerate,
there's also the Unruh effect, which maps that too. It already exists.
Yeah. So if you accelerate, then you will feel this viscosity. When you do not accelerate, or you have free fall, for example, like a space station around the Earth. So this viscosity, the space station and astronauts do not feel.
We feel it here because we're accelerating. That's why we feel gravity.
Yeah. We feel this viscosity all our life. But we don't distinguish it with some kind of material, maybe this kind of matter like water, but like air, but we don't cannot separate it, like cannot feel it, like cannot measure it. Yeah, and this viscosity actually I discovered it has particular value of Hubble constant. You know Hubble constant?
Yeah, no, that's not connected. Yeah.
The Hubble constant and divided by volume of a nucleus of atom of proton or neutron. So, and when you divide these two values, so you have dimension of dynamic viscosity and also specific value of this viscosity.
Yeah, the Hubble constant isn't connected to that.
Hubble constant partially connected, but not really.
Yeah, first of all, it's not a constant, Hubble constant.
In some
it changes over time and it changes over space, which is the same thing from our perspective.
Yeah, if we will not if we limit our like a measurement within our, for example, solar system or maybe galaxy, so Hubble constant will be.
And it's also limited by our measuring system. It's limited by megaparsecs. It's limited by kilometers. These are all linear measures.
Yeah, but beyond some distance, it can vary. Yeah, because people measure this acceleration like of universe. But I don't believe this acceleration happens because I don't understand in what we accelerate. Like if we accelerate in all directions, so how we can accelerate if everything accelerates into our direction? So it's like making no sense.
If you're in a waterfall, so accelerating within that waterfall would be going against the fluid. So it'd be going up the waterfall, you would feel the acceleration. So like you're moving with the fluid is around you, you're moving with it.
Yeah. And the fluid actually pushing me and going through me. this like ether.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the opposite. The particles are holes in the fluid.
Maybe
Yeah.
like a whirlpool.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yep. Something like that.
okay. And interesting stuff to discover, but not I'm not interested in it, in promoting in communicating with the public, because it's very hard, like very frustrating. Every time I publish something, and every time I receive some feedback, it's maybe it's true, but not not widely acceptable. And about this Grovenor's theory, that video showed that Pacific Ocean completely disappeared. So I actually don't believe this ocean disappeared. It is ocean was maybe a little bit smaller in size, yeah, but on the other side of the planet there should be Pangea, but not all continents of close together perfectly and totally remove Pacific Ocean. In this case, I don't agree with this video because they
Yeah,
have,
it looks like they're trying to squish everything together. So obviously it's going to fit if you just squish it all together.
yeah, it has to be like a plastic or
the shapes are there. Like you do, the shapes do look like they were all together at one point.
maybe, but
yeah,
they
maybe
distort it.
Maybe not the way it was in the video, or maybe not the way Pangea believes it to be, but it seems like they were all connected.
Yeah, all connected, and there were was like a small Pacific Ocean. It's like on moon. On the moon we have one side without craters, and the other side with multiple craters. Other side of the moon, and how maybe Earth looked in the past. So the Pacific Ocean was like one side, small on smaller Earth, and Pangea was on other side. Totally.
Yeah, it could be. I know what the Earth's like today, though.
So, and I have I follow some kind of channel in a Russian segment about expanding Earth. There is a geologist who explain it from his point of view, why Earth is expanding. He has very popular videos there, and also I follow him.
Yeah, that's quite a rabbit hole. If you have to, make countries like, the way you did that, you put it on the smaller globe. Yeah, it's quite a rabbit hole.
Yeah. So I think I will leave you now.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and see you next time, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad to meet you all, and
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
bye bye.
Oh, it looks like he may have froze. No, he's still
Yeah,
here.
he's still here. There he goes.
Now he's gone.
Yeah.
I don't really have much else for the day. I'm cool with ending it.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to.
Yeah, I've got a lot to think about because now the Earth is growing. So
The Earth is growing. Yeah.
yeah, I have to like reevaluate everything now.
Benjamin, do you have anything else before we end?
Yeah. So you still think rope theory is better than that?
Yes. It's
All
prettier
right.
pictures. Even go
You
online
like his
for-
pictures? All right.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
like
you
that.
follow Getty for a reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even looking at Substack, I still think Bill Gates has prettier pictures on his site.
Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, let's end the stream. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good
Bye.
one.